So today I just started a new job, and something happened today that it didn't happen before. I was encouraged today by God because I've always been that type of person that had self-doubt in a way, and just because I didn't have enough people around me encouraging me, including family. The encouragement that I got from family was, I believe, product of what they had to offer and not really cured to cure, which is the way that Jesus works in our lives. He restores us to go and restore other people. He preaches to us from his gospel so that we can share the gospel with others and pour in the same water that he pours into us. And this is something that I realized today, that he's really working in my life. Like, obviously, God is always working. And that's not what I want to say. What I want to say is the fact that he showed me today the true essence of his faithfulness and the wonders that he can do when we truly submit. When we truly submit. And it was encouraging for me because I've always been a person that has worked blue-collar jobs. I've always been a person that has always searched for the basic, delivery, construction, not going too far into really like studying, just because I thought I wasn't able, or yeah, you know what happens in our head. The enemy just lies to us, and we end up saying like, maybe you're right, or maybe yes, maybe we never have a true grasp of things before we know what God sees or who God sees in us. So, for that matter, today the first day of my job was basically studying the whole day on the computer, the whole day, going through the process of integration, the process of going through documents, going through company politics, company procedures, safety procedures, this and that. It really was something that caught my eye, because at some point I was like having a headache, and I said, Jesus, please help me. I went to the bathroom, and I just sat, and I'm like, Jesus, please help me to absorb, help me to be able to think, process this information, because it was a lot, apart from the studying side of the company, because it's a career change, a career shift, still mechanics, still the automotive industry, which I'm an old-timer mechanic. So for me, I'm more of a rugged type of, not so much technology in the cars type of mechanic, and this is very new to me now, because I just entered a company that has no internal combustion engines. It has no gas guzzlers. It's completely EV, and it's mind-boggling for me. So obviously I came in with my own doubts, and I said, you know what, Jesus, if you open this door and you've made me go through the whole selection process, and this company decided to recruit me, decided to invite me in, then maybe, not maybe, but then, I choose to trust your vision, and I choose to trust your plan and everything that you have, promised over me. And this could also be, the beginning of this discovery that I make, that I live to testify. And this is part of the reason I'm testifying. I'm sharing my experiences as I go, because it's something that I've never done before as well. I haven't been ashamed. I've just never gave voice to my voice. And since this year or next year is going to be 6 years of Europe and almost 6 years of Jesus, I really want to make a difference and let him make a difference in my life, and truly use the social media that I've been using just for entertainment purposes to actually reach out to people and say like, hey, you're not alone. I'm not afraid to share my story, because my story, my testimony can give you, if the least, a mustard seed size, but also the development that the mustard seed, grows into, to bring faith, into your life, because maybe you're going through the same thing. So I've been seeing this the last year, that I've really gone into this process, like being broken again, being made a new vase, and there's always room for a better Robert, right? There's always room for a better me, a better you, and it just depends on, are we willing to submit to that breakage to see the transformation, see the transitioning from, okay, I thought it was a decent Christian, but in fact I was not. I was in a comfort zone, in a blind comfort zone, So yeah, today was a historic day for me, because I was able to go through that and see that Jesus heard my prayer, even though I was sitting on the toilet. And mind you, there is no right place, no wrong place to kneel down and just say, Jesus, here I am. Or sit down and say, Jesus, here I am. It depends on the inclination of your heart, right? So that's what I did. I just said that before lunch, and by lunch is finished, after finishing my lunch, I realized that I didn't have a headache anymore. I didn't have doubts. I wasn't letting that in anymore. And it really flowed. And I finished the day realizing that I got things done on the computer, and I was productive still on the computer. And that's revolutionary for me. That really is, because I've never worked per se more than an hour on the computer, not, let alone work on the computer, but also not like, imagine the whole day on the computer and going through everything, like actually getting stuff done. So yeah, praise Jesus for that. And that's my truth for today. I wish, I pray that this message has reached out to you in a way. And yeah, if that's something that has happened, which I believe in Jesus' name it has, incline yourself wherever you are and just say like, hey, Jesus, I'm ready for something new. If you're feeling stationary, if you're feeling just in a place where maybe even you distance yourself from God, because he doesn't distance himself from us. Just tell him like, hey, if this happened, if I distance myself from you because of my work, because of my friends, because of my family, because of relationships, toxic relationships, whatever it may be, just tell him like, hey, if I did that, forgive me and give me another chance, because we know that Jesus doesn't give up on us. It just takes a humble heart to come back to him and say like, hey, show me what you have for me. Show me what you have planned for me. And then, let's walk from there. Let's make the change from there. Because obviously we can't change by ourselves, because if we did that, we wouldn't need Jesus. So we need to ask Jesus, which is the son of the programmer from us, like creator. You know, God knows our essence. He knows what we were created for. So this is one of the reasons why we need to go back to God. God knows how we were programmed, and He knows how to push our buttons. And that's the fact. You know, there's nothing that we can do for ourselves to amount or even reach what God, the 1% or 1 decimal of what God can do for us if we truly submit, you know. So I encourage you, you know, if you, yeah, just try it out. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. Just try it out. Give Jesus your trust today. Renew that alliance. Renew that faith. Renew that relationship, you know. There's always space for new opportunities. There's always space for change in our life. Always.